Hello, everyone. This is Monsef Afker, and thank you so much for joining us in this new call of your divine uniqueness. So thank you so much for joining us again live, and also thank you for those who will be listening to the replay later today or any of the coming days within the coming 2 weeks. So yeah, very excited to co-create this experience with you and with Amy Flynn. Which she's been joining us for years now in every season since I think the second season, and I always feel excited when we have a call planned with her, and because really the energy that she brings along with the collective, it's really uplifting. It's really creating a deep high vibration and shift for all of us experiencing this space with her, and also the information that she gives. It's very inspiring, and how to say, it's really she and the collective, they give really information that can be very practical for us, that can help us to really understand how we can connect more to our truth, to our power, and bring that to our daily life, and merge both our human aspects and the divine aspects, so we can create the highest outcome in our path. And so I'm happy that they are with us today, and the call today is about the truth about you, who and where you really are. So they will be discussing this subject, and then we'll take some questions, I think toward the middle of the call. So for that, if you are on Zoom app, you can raise your hand there. Or if you are calling via your phone, you can raise your hand by pressing *9, or you can write your question on the chat box, both on Zoom or on YouTube. And then toward the end, they will guide us on a powerful multidimensional journey. So stay tuned for that. And for those of you who are new to Amy, she is a channeler of the collective, facilitator of divine connection and transformation, multidimensional energy healer, and multisensory intuitive. And so with that, Amy, welcome back to the show. Happy to have you with us today.
Hi, Monsef. Hi, everybody. I am thrilled to be here, and the collective are even more excited to be here with you. I'm still me yet. And they are just so excited about this topic. I'm honestly a little bit nervous about this topic because they've never, I don't think, just focused on this topic for a talk. They've always they've hinted at some things, talked around it, but this is really something that they've always wanted to do a whole talk on. And so when I asked them for the topic, the subject they wanted to speak on, and they gave me this, I was kind of surprised because it's just different than what they normally do. So it will probably be mind-blowing. It may turn a few things upside down for you, and that's good because, we get so situated in how we think things are and how we, see ourselves and our world and how we think things work. And even when we learn things about them, with spirituality and whatever, it just kind of becomes, if we accept that, whatever we're learning, it becomes our way. So it's very, very good to turn things completely upside down and, start all over again, so to speak. Well, this is what they plan on doing, and they plan on giving you a completely new, or they think it will be new for you. I guess we would call it an understanding, perhaps an understanding of what you are, where you are, who you are, and more. I'll just leave it at that, more. And it should be really interesting. Anyway, I'm going to bring them in. I'm kind of reading the energy here, seeing if we want to do something to build up the energy in you all, like perhaps a tail wagging.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know what the tail wagging is, it is a really quick energy increasing, joy increasing, little, I guess you could call it process or exercise, and it's a lot of fun. So I think we'll do that, and then I'll bring them in. I'm feeling that tail wagging might be appropriate. All right. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to stand up. If you're like unable to stand up for some reason, you can stay seated. You don't want to stay lying down if you're lying down. Okay, you want to have your tailbone, pointing towards the ground, towards the center of the earth. At least that. But it's best if you stand up. Now, we're going to imagine that you are a doggy. I want you to imagine this. You are a beautiful little doggy, and you love your owner. And your owner has just, you're like eagerly waiting for them to come home. You know it's getting near that time. You can sense it. You can feel it. And you can, all of a sudden, you hear that your owner's car has just pulled into the driveway, pulled up front. And so you start swinging your tail, not super vigorously, just slowly back and forth. So what I want you to do is, standing up, I want you to just kind of swing your hips and your butt back and forth slowly. And just imagine you have a big, beautiful, bushy tail on that butt. So when you swing it slowly back and forth, that tail is swishing back and forth. Now you hear the car door slam, and you hear a couple of footsteps, and you know that it's only going to be seconds now before that door opens. So now you're back and forth, wiggy waggy, faster and faster, wiggy waggy, and you hear the steps approaching the door, wiggy waggy. Come on, you got to do this, wiggy waggy, and the door, the key goes in the door, wiggy waggy, and the door opens, and your owner steps in, wiggy waggy, and you are just so excited you jump up into the air. All right. Hopefully you did that with me. Take a deep breath and just relax. And if you did it, you should have a huge grin on your face, because it's just such a silly thing to do, but it's also a fun thing to do. And it gets the energy up there, gets the joy in there and flowing, and even gets the blood flowing. So it's just a great little thing. So anyway, I'm going to just sit down for a moment, and I'm going to bring the collective in. So they'll be the next voice that you hear. Hello.
Hello.
We are thrilled to be here with you. Oh, we are so glad you did tail wagging. We felt that you needed an energy increase, an energy lift, energy rise, whatever the words may be. And you feel good to us, and we know that you're eager to hear all these wonderful things that we're going to share with you, and we are eager to share them. So we want to say that we are very happy that you are here, and we're happy that you are brave enough to want to hear all this information and experience, get to experience the reality of this. Now, what we're going to speak about is who you are, what you are, and where you are. Those three things, and they're all related. And it's going to be not just the little traditional thing that people speak about, which is that your energy and your exist in an energy field. It's going to be different than that. So we're just unsure how we want to begin this. So we're just kind of looking, we're feeling you out, and we're trying to see where to start. So, first thing we will say is what you may already have an understanding of or have heard, whether you have an understanding and a realization of it or you've just heard it before. And that is that you are a field of energy. Everything around you is a field of energy and a collection of energy. Everything vibrates at a different vibration. So in other words, you and your body, your physical body as you see it, vibrate at a different vibration than, say, the chair you may be sitting on or the floor that you may be standing on. Everything is a different vibration. Your perception, your understanding that something is a floor, that something is a chair, is taught to you. So you perceive. What you actually perceive is the energy vibration, the actual vibration, the energy movement. So the little, energy going back and forth and vibrating. You perceive a different energy vibration and a different energy signature in the floor, from the furniture, from the space around you, what you call the air, and even like water and liquid has a different energy vibration than everything else. You've just become so used to these things that you shortcut everything and you just see it as a floor, as furniture, as the air, as water. You don't think about the different vibrations or that what is truly there is only energy vibrating. You've just lost that in your every moment thinking. So we want to refresh you with that knowing. We feel you do know it. Whether you've really experienced it by sitting quietly, quieting your mind, and noticing that things are not still, noticing that you can see a vibration. Actually, things are moving, so you look at what you think is solid, but you could see little, wiggles in it. You could see that solid thing not being so solid. Another easy way to see this is if you look into the distance, like if you're in an open space and you look into the distance and then you relax your mind and you just don't focus on any one thing, but you just kind of look out there, it's much easier to see the vibration and the energy of the particular space, of the particular different energy signatures within the space, so you can see that moving. When the things are very close to you, it's harder to let go of your learned perception that they are a particular solid thing. But when it's something off, like on the horizon or far away, it's easier for you to let go because it's not right there in your surroundings. So, all right, we're just bringing this into your awareness for now. And from here, we would say that now that you have this understanding, we would ask you throughout this session to look at things in your surrounding with the knowing that they are not what you think they are, that they are this energy moving. This is energy vibrating, moving energy. Nothing is still, even things that you consider an inanimate object. So that's really a misnomer, a misname, wrong name for something. There is no such thing as an inanimate object because energy is always moving. It's animate. It's always, it's not still. All the different energy states that can possibly exist, there is no stillness. Even the energy state that is considered to be the rest energy state is not a still state. There's different degrees of movement. So we'll just leave it like that there's varying degrees of movement. Now, when you come here as a baby, what you do see when you come out of the womb and you're looking around and you're in your new little baby body and you're looking at your surroundings for the first time, you do not see the objects. You do not see the bodies. What you see are the energy signatures. we call it a signature. That's probably a bad term. The different individual energy vibrations. So each being around you would have a slightly different energy vibration than another being around you, and the air would have a different energy vibration. The whatever else is around you would all have different energy vibrations from other things. So when you're a baby, an infant, you see all this. You see only the energy. You have not learned to interpret this yet. And as an adult, you can see this when you look at a newborn baby, either your own or somebody else's, when you see a baby that's just been born within the last few days, before anyone has started pointing things out to the baby, trying to teach the baby anything. So, and an easy way to see this when you're looking at a baby is that the baby will not focus on anything. There's no focusing with their eyes. When they look at you, they look through you. They're not looking at you as if you are a solid thing, and they are, looking at you, connecting with you with their one solid thing to another. They're almost like looking into and through you. They see you there, but they're seeing an energy, a different energy profile, and that's how they're recognizing you. And what happens is very, very quickly, the adults, usually the adults or the larger people that are already present in this realm, start to teach you. They start to tell you what they are, who they are to you. They give themselves a name, and they start to call things by name and describe things to you. They will have you touch things. They will have you look at things, and you begin, this is the beginning of your learning how to interpret the various energy signatures of various things, various energy fields, we will call them, not things, energy fields. And so you learn, and it is your learning that sticks with you as you grow. And the energy, the ability to see the actual true energy that is there, leaves you. Because in this realm that you are operating in this dimension, it is the thing, the idea of the thing, the dimensionality, the three-dimensionality of things and objects that you interact with. There are many other dimensions where that is not so. It is not about the object. It is not about the form. It is not about the three-dimensionality. It is truly about the various energy signatures. We guess we're going to use that term for now, energy signatures. But this one that you are in, that you are existing in, is about the form. So you have to forget the energy, not see the energy consciously, and see the form, so that you can interact with this realm and what it has to offer. And since you come here to do that, this is the steps. These are the steps that you take once you're here. And those that are here before you are very, very willing to teach you everything. They just do it automatically. They don't think about what they're doing. They automatically do it. This is what happened with them when they were first arriving here, and this is what they do with you. And so you learn. Being an infant, you have a very, very high increased capacity for knowledge and experiential knowledge. You're like a big sponge. You don't necessarily question the information that is being shared with you, what you're being told. You accept it. And you accept it because somewhere inside you, you know that you need to know this in order to interact within this realm. So you accept it. And it becomes, the accepted knowledge becomes your reality. It doesn't mean that it is your reality. It becomes your functioning reality. And it becomes your reality when you have completely forgotten about the energy and you have we would say, untaught yourself how to see that energy. You have forgotten how to see that energy. Now, the good thing is this can all be remembered. So as an adult, even as a child, you can remember all this. You can remember that everything is energy. You can remember that you originally saw only energy, and you can relearn how to see that energy that is there. Unfortunately, you will never be able to unlearn the interpretation of that energy as form. And that's okay, because that is what allows you to function. Now that we've explained that, we're going to take it a step further. What if this whole realm, what we're calling a realm, a dimension, we're using the word realm because we don't want to say world, because world implies almost like a planet or a global community or something like that, and that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about a particular experience within a particular dimension, and that is what we are calling a realm. So we just want to be clear, when we say realm, that is what we mean. It's a particular experience within a particular dimension. So as you can guess, there would be many, many, many realms. There's many, many, many dimensions, and within those dimensions there are multiple realms. There's not just one realm within a dimension. So you might call something like this a parallel reality. And these are other realms within the same dimension. So there are we know we're going slightly to the side here. There are other realms, parallel realms or realities within the same dimension that you are in, that you perceive your realm in. Okay, what if everything that you think exists, your realm and everything in it, doesn't exist? It's not there. What if there is no realm? What if there is no, quote, dimension as you understand it? What if none of that is? This is what we're going to discuss. And if there is no realm, if there is no, quote, world, if there are no individual beings, individual aspects of consciousness in the way that you come to accept them, what is there? And how do you fit into it? These are good questions, and these are the questions that we hope to answer for you today. And of course, later we will take questions from you. So if you want to ask us questions, and you want to ask us about how this new understanding, this expanded understanding, will allow you to, the word we're receiving, finding to use is alter, but we're not liking that word. How about affect or transform your experience of your surroundings, of the realm that you are in? So, stepping back to what we just said, all right, so your realm doesn't exist. You don't exist. So what is there? If your realm doesn't exist, you don't exist, all the other realms don't exist, what is there? There is a huge energy field. That is what's left. Just one big, massive energy field. And in this energy field, there are various interpretations. So there are collections. We didn't want to say collective, though, because that is what we are called. But if you could say collectives of energy, and these are energy signatures, conscious energy signatures that have agreed to experience the same thing at the same time. So these, we will try to find a word to We don't want to use the word beings. We don't want to use the word individuals, because that implies that you are a thing or a collection of energy that is unique to you, whereas that's not really completely true. So we want to find another word, and we're not sure that one exists that will accurately convey this. So we may have to use a couple of words together. So let's go back. So here you are, these collections of energies, each one a conscious energy. Overall, you're conscious, and this collection of consciousness has grouped together and made the agreement that you are going to experience a particular realm in a particular way, and experience things within that realm in a particular way, and experience you yourself, your energy, as individual, as separate, as unique, as in that particular realm. So this is an agreement. It's not what is so. So it's like in your human life, you make an agreement with someone to do something or to meet up somewhere. It is an agreement that you are acting upon. It is not a what is so. You can distinguish between the agreement to do something, to be somewhere, to think a particular way, and what is actually so. And we want to just interject here that there are two main types of reality. Reality, we're using the term reality to mean the space, the realm, the experience that you are existing in, that you are knowing as your everyday soup. So if you were a fish, your reality would be the water around you that you're swimming in. If you're a domestic fish, then that reality would also include the container, the tank, or the bowl that borders the water that you are swimming in, and anything else that's in that water. That is your reality. Well, it's like that for you, too. It's just that you are so, and fishes are not aware of that they are swimming in water in a bowl or in an ocean. They're not thinking about that. They're thinking of them interacting with their reality and what they need to do to get their food, to swim around, to do whatever. You are no different. You don't think about what is the container of my reality. What is this reality really here, or is it just something that I have perceived and then interpreted that perception in a particular way to create for myself a container in which to have the experience of this realm, of what you call a dimension. You don't think about that. We would say that it is that. It is a particular interpretation of the energy, the realm around you, the space around you, that you have agreed to have with other consciousness, also experiencing the same thing, but you've all agreed to experience the same thing in the same way. Now, this is an imperfect, it's not a perfect thing. It's an imperfect perception. You can never be completely identical or have the identical interpretation or identical perception of what is, what you perceive to be what is. And that is because each energy vibration, each energy signature, meaning what you would call a being, is unique. It's a unique energy signature. There's an infinite number of these energy signatures, but each one is unique. So each one perceives slightly differently. It is through the agreements that are made repeatedly, over and over, within the context of your realm, we're going to keep using that word realm, that allow you to experience it by yourself and with others, and allow you to experience a cohesive, quote, reality. That reminds us, we didn't tell you about the two types of reality. The two types of reality are simple. There is relational reality, so it's related reality, or actual reality. So when you have a reality that is based upon its relationship to something else, which is what is in your realm, everything is understood, is experienced, and is perceived in relation to something else. You exist in relation to something else. So this is a relational reality. It's not the actual reality. It's a relational reality. And you have just become so accustomed to it and so adept at moving around within it that you forget the agreements, you forget that it's relational, and you just assume or know that it is so. It is what is so. And we're saying it is not what is so. It is what is come to through agreement. That's it, through agreement. There is no more so about this realm and the reality that you experience other than agreement. The actual reality is, of course, what is so, unrelated to anything else. So that reality exists outside of being related to something else. There's no relational contrast within that reality. In your reality, there is. That's how come you can perceive things, and even your language reflects this. You can perceive things. You call it duality. And so you perceive high because there's also low, and you contrast it against low. So high is in relationship with low, allowing you to have perception of the two. Dark is in relationship with light, and they're related. They're relating with one another, and it is that relating that allows you to have perception of both dark and light. And this goes on and on. Even what you perceive and how you function in your every moment is relationships. It's related. You are constantly contrasting and relating things. That's what one of the functions of your mind. Your mind is a perceiving organ, and it constantly is perceiving and comparing, contrasting, relating one thing to another. And that's why duality has to exist within your realm. Without duality, there'd be no dimensionality within your realm for you to experience, because it is a relational reality. It's not an actual reality. So we really want you to get this. We want you to have this just sit with you, sink in. We don't want you to start questioning it yet. That's for when we do the live questions, and you can ask all the questions that you want. If you have a question, just write it down or type it down, but don't submit it yet, and we will, get clear, clarify things for you. It's possible that the more we share about this, your questions may evaporate. So anyway, back to this. So we are explaining and grounding you in the fact, the what is, that everything that you perceive is energy, and everything that you experience and perceive within this agreed upon energy realm is due to contrasting. It's due to one thing or one energy in relationship to another energy. If there was no contrast, if there was no one energy to relate to another energy or this experience of duality, this realm would not exist. I just want you to be really clear on that. So duality is a very good thing. In fact, it's a necessary thing for you to experience this experience. So what is beyond this realm? Well, that would be the actual reality. That would be where you really are. And that is pure field of energy. No things no form, no anything, but when we say but, we mean besides energy flowing, energy vibrating. And this energy is continually going from one state to another. So it's going from an active or kinetic state to a more passive state. And then it goes to, again, it begins an active state, and then to a more active state. So this is what's happening with you. This is all that's happening with you, really. You are not really here. This realm does not really exist. It is existing by agreement. Now we're going to blow your mind even a little bit further. The agreement that controls this realm may not be chosen by those who are experiencing this realm. This agreement can also be chosen by other aspects of consciousness, other aspects of energy that decide upon a realm and decide upon an experience. Almost like, we're going to use a comparison here, almost like they have created a video game, a game for you to play in. So when you play a video game, you are entering a realm, and you have a character, and you are moving around as that character within that realm. You did not create that realm. That realm, that context, that world, also called a video game, was created by the video game creators, a form of creators, an aspect of creators. And so they control the environment in which you are in. They control the rules of that environment in which you operate in a video game, and they control what your movements, your decisions, what they're going to produce. So in a video game, you make a decision, you make a movement, and then that produces a particular result. This is not at all unlike this realm and your experience of it and what's going on. So you did not create this realm. You are here experiencing this realm as it is by agreement, but you are not the video creators. So we hope you're following all this, because we know it's a completely new way of looking at all this. There are other creators. While you and those that exist and are playing within this realm with you are creators, there is another level of creators that actually creates the, quote, game. We're going to use game because we don't really have another word to get you to follow this concept. So the game that you are playing in, that your realm exists in, was created by other energy signatures, other energy signature creators. Now, that's two types of creators so far that we've mentioned. There are many other levels of creators beyond that. So the creators that create the, quote, games or the realms in which other creators come to experience and experience as reality, real, there are creators that create them. And it moves up in kind of a hierarchy above that. So this is not something that is flat. This is many, we hate to use the word layers, but we are not seeing another word. Problem is, when we say layers, your mind jumps to a particular interpretation. So we don't really want to use that word. We don't want to use the word levels either, because the same thing happens. So pancakes. There are many pancakes of creators. Now, these pancakes of creators are not piled one on top of the other. They're not even lined up one next to the other. They just exist within this overall context, this energy field we call a context of consciousness. So you can see that it is a complex design that allows these realms, like the one that you are inhabiting and experiencing, to be created. It's not just a simple thing. There's many things that happen, many pancakes, many creator pancakes that interact with each other and energy to create this realm or, quote, video game that you are playing in. Now, you may have heard of something called simulation theory, and you may have heard that the term or the conclusion that you are living within a simulation. Now, we want to say that that is way more accurate than what you normally interpret your world, your planet, your universe, your realm as. It is like a simulation. It's different than a simulation in many ways. And it differs in that it's like a simulation in many ways, and it differs from a simulation in many ways. But for simplicity, we will say it is much more like a simulation than not. Now, what is a simulation? A simulation is what you would call a video game. It is a created, simulated world. When you play the video game, you know that is you are playing within a created, made-up world. It's not a real world. But yet, the more you play, the more that world seems real to you. Well, this realm that you are playing in, you are the players within this realm. And this realm you are playing in is like a video game. So we just want that to sink in, that it's an experience that you have come to enjoy. You have not come to learn. You have not come to acquire spiritual knowledge. You have not come for any other reason other than to experience the realm and to move about within the realm. That's it. That's it. So within that, you may have chosen or desired an individual experience. So you may desire to experience a particular type of character life. And so you live that out. So what we want to remind you as we're saying all this is to quiet your mind. We hear a lot of minds chattering with a lot of questions, trying to process this through your normal mental understanding. And we want to tell you, you cannot process this through your normal mental understanding at all. Never, ever. Because your normal mental understanding is part of the simulation, the created realm. It doesn't exist. It's just a way for you to function and move around within this realm. So we just want to tell you that it is not actual reality, your mind. It is a relative reality, a relational reality. And your mind is set, it is created to operate as a relational, relative, interpreting thing. So forget trying to understand this, because what we are speaking about is actual reality, and your mind has no concept of what that is. The mind that you have within your head that operates within your life, moment by moment, has no concept of this, and it has no way to understand it. The mind seeks to understand. It's got nothing to compare it to allow it to understand it. So we ask that instead of trying to process this through your mind and understand what we're saying, we ask that you just take it like we are handing you a plate of food. We're handing you a plate and it has food on it. You just take it. And we ask you to just hold it, to not do anything with what we've given you, but to just hold it. So we want you to honestly look at yourself right now and to notice whether your mind is moving along 1,000 miles per minute or per second, per nanosecond, trying to figure out and understand what we're saying. And you'll see that it is. We see that happening, and we feel it happening. So what we want to remind you is, let it go. Just let it go. Step outside of your mind. And we feel this is a really, really good time to remind you of and amp up the beautiful crystalline rainbow starlight frequencies. We flow them throughout every session that we do. They relax you. They allow you to settle more into the energy that you are and to step out of your mind. So we're going to increase them now so that this becomes an easier thing for you to do. These do not feel like you're receiving energy. They are a background energy, but you will notice that it's easier for you to step outside of the normal noise and the normal processing of your mind. Okay, good. All right, so back to our video creators. So as we mentioned, the creators of the, quote, video or simulation or realm that you are experiencing right now are only one level of creators. And their job is to create this realm. Their job is to tweak it, to improve upon it, to add new inputs to it, just like a video game. The video game creators will come along, and developers, creators, whatever you want to call them, they'll come along and they'll add new features. They'll add special functions, we would call them, that you can participate with. They will a special event within the realm, the video realm. And that is exactly what your realm creators do. That's their function. So as new things come to be experienced, these are created, these are added to your realm by the realm creators. So you recently have had this COVID existing. The concept of COVID, the possibility of COVID as something to experience was created by the realm creators long before it was experienced here. Now, the realm creators brought it into the realm as something that could then be experienced within the realm. And then particular participants within this realm discovered this and then did whatever they do or did with this knowledge and brought this experience forward for everyone to experience, or for a large group of people to experience. We kind of see that it was a very global experience. This is how everything happens. It is perceived of in the mind of, well, mind was the wrong word. It is perceived of within the energy fields of the realm creators, the ones that create the simulated realm that you are experiencing as your, quote, reality, your world. They create it first. If they don't create it, it cannot be experienced here. So everything that you've ever experienced or anyone has ever experienced has always been created by, we're going to refer to them now as the simulation creators for this realm. So if you can just, no, we don't want to use the word think because that brings the mind in. If you can just allow that to just sit with you, just receive that, just allow that information to sit with you. So in reality, in actual reality, where are you? Where are all of these pancakes of creators? And we would say in actual reality, where you really are is within the large energy field. You are part of, you are in, you are actually all of that large energy field. That large energy field you call consciousness, you call source. It is all that is. It's called all that is for a reason, because everything that has ever, everything that is, and everything that will ever be is this field, is this consciousness. There is nothing that can ever be or has ever been that is not this. Now, this consciousness does not have form. It is a pure energy field. And like as we said, the only movement within this energy field is the changing of energy states in the energy field. So the energy moves from a high movement state or a kinetic state to a more passive state, to an interpretive state where it's interpreting from the various, we could use the word aspect, but we don't like it just because it's, again, a mind word. But the various expressions or we'll use aspects because we're not finding a better word. The various aspects of the field. So it's interpreting what the various aspects are experiencing and knowing that. It's almost like it's recording that knowledge. But again, we don't like those words because it brings it into a dimensionality you're familiar with, and that is like recording and knowledge and all that. Like this talk is being recorded, so this is something that you're familiar with in your realm. We want to get you outside of your mental experience of your realm. This is a different experience. And in this actual reality, nothing, no thing exists. Nothing. Nothing. You would look at it and say, oh, it's empty. But it's not empty, because within that field is beautiful, gorgeous, powerful consciousness, conscious energy. This is not just energy like you would think of energy within your realm, like when you plug something into the wall, the energy from the socket comes into the cord and it makes something at the other end come alive. It's not energy like that. This is consciousness, conscious energy. And ultimately, consciousness is the creator of all of the realms. It's the creator of all of the various pancakes of creators. It is the creator of every single reality, every single realm experienced by an infinite number. We hate the word number. We just want to let you know. We do not like it. It's not accurate. But an infinite number of aspects of itself. So what is truly existing is this field of conscious energy that desires to experience. And so therefore, it creates various creators to create various realms, to create various dimensions to contain those realms. All of that stuff doesn't really exist. It's been made up. It's been made up as an attempt to understand what is happening and to understand how vibrational differences can coexist, and how the experience of those vibrational differences can be different, for lack of a better word, from another one. So you've made up this concept of dimensions. There's no dimensions. None of it exists. See, this is what we want you to know. It's like the video game. The video game doesn't exist, really. It's something that you go into, it's something that you play in, it's something that you experience. But if you were to all of a sudden take all the devices away that can play this video game, there'd be no video game. It doesn't really exist. Actual reality, you cannot do that to. There's nothing that you can change, nothing that you can take away, nothing that you can add to it to make it not exist or to change form. It is as it is, and it is everything. That's why we say all that is. That is the most accurate term that human beings have ever come up with. And human beings all use that term differently to mean different things to it within themselves, which is interesting. Some use it to refer to this consciousness. They have a basic grasp of this consciousness as existing, and that all that is includes that. It includes your world, your realm, and this consciousness. Others refer to it as all that is on your planet, within your realm, within your dimension. The correct usage of all that is just this field of consciousness. And this field of consciousness is so high vibrating. It's got the potential of everything that is experienced. So the ultimate creator, the real true creator that was not created by another level pancake of creator, is consciousness, is this field of energy. No form, no thing, just an energetic field, an energetic vibration. Well, it's not just one vibration, it's many vibrations that are existing within this field. We hate to use the word field because, again, that is used within your realm to refer to something that is solid, something that has form, a field. We don't mean it like that. It's referred to in the land of physics as still something that exists. We don't even mean it like that. We mean it as some infinite energy, some infinite consciousness. It's a conscious energy that is. We want it, not even going to use the word exists. That is. And out of that energy comes, that energy contains the potential. It is such a high vibrating energy that it contains the potential for everything that can possibly be experienced or perceived. So, and this is where you are, really. You are not within the, quote, world, the realm that you think you are in. This is a simulated, created realm. You are a simulated, created aspect of consciousness experiencing within this realm. You chose to experience within this realm. This realm was not created by you, the people, the beings, the energies that are experiencing within it. It was created by a particular pancake of creators whose whole purpose is to create and maintain this realm. So there's many, many pancakes of creators creating many, many distinct and unique realms. We just want to let you know that. Okay, so if you aren't here, and if the realm that you exist in isn't here, what's here? That field of consciousness, that field of energy, that infinite, magnificent energy is really what's here. That is actual reality. It never stops being reality. It's the actual, the truth reality. It cannot be altered. It cannot be changed. It cannot be made to go away. You cannot expand it. You cannot shrink it. Consciousness does expand through knowledge, through absorbing the experiential knowledge that you and everybody within your realm and all the other energies functioning within all the other energetic realms are feeding to it. So consciousness is you. We want to make that clear. You are consciousness. And as consciousness, you are the, we hate to say the one, you are the consciousness, you are the field that creates everything else. So in some way, you are the creators of your realm. And that is not your function within this moment. Your function is to experience your realm. And the pancake of creators whose function it is to create your realm and maintain your realm, that's their job. They are not experiencing this. They are creating this. And they're responsible for creating the agreements into which you are born. So this can get kind of complex, and it seems like it is a lot of layers we use of agreements and creations when it really is not. It's very basic. That sense of it being many layers is created by the mind. So we want to now take a step back, and with this knowledge that we just shared, which we don't expect your minds to understand. You have to realize, under trying to grasp this with your mind, you're not going to be able to grasp it, what it really is. You will interpret what we're saying through the filter of your created mind. That's it. That's the best you can do with your mind, and it's not going to be accurate. That's why we say leave your mind to the side and just receive this, and just have it be something that you sit with. You can have it be something that you taste, but we don't want you to process it through the mind. It is your normal operating mode to process everything through your mind. We are, again, asking you to put that normal operating process to the side, because you cannot process this through the mind. You will have misinterpretations, misunderstandings, and you will not receive this accurately. We just want to be real clear about that. Okay, so knowing, seeing, realizing what we have just described and where you really are, which is in this infinite field of consciousness. You do not exist as separate aspects of consciousness until you are, quote, created. I want you to realize that. Your real location, your real existence is not as a separate aspect of consciousness. It is as consciousness itself. So you and everything that you see and all the other beings that you might perceive, all the other beings of form, form things, the things that you perceive of as solid, are all just consciousness. All of it. Consciousness is no thing. Consciousness cannot be individual entities. It's just consciousness. One consciousness. One. It's one field. We hate field. We want to come up with a better word. One big, massive energy that is increasing infinitely in all directions. Energy expands. Energy expands or it contracts. By consciousness's decision to create layers or pancakes of creators, to create realms, and what you can you have learned to call dimensions. That decision allows consciousness to acquire experiential knowing, to acquire experiences, to experience itself. Since everything is still consciousness, is ultimately consciousness, all that's happening is consciousness experiencing itself. But because consciousness is so conscious and so brilliant within its consciousness, it has created this complex, which you could call a hierarchy of consciousnesses or creators to bring these different experiences into reality. Every single experience, every single experienced reality, whether it be your realm, some other realm, whatever. And when we say some other realm, it would be what you call life on another planet. It could be what you call another dimension. It could be any of that. All of that is created. Anything that is created is not actual reality. It is relative reality. It is created relative to the actual or the absolute reality. And it is through that relationship, that relational creation, that consciousness receives from the created realities, the created experiences. So this clearly points out to you that your job, your being here, is to experience. It's to experience the things that you are able to experience in this created, quote, video game or simulation. And those things would be your physical form, moving around in what you have perceived or you have learned to perceive as a physical world with physical objects, to experience your emotions and emotional responses to things, to energies, we'll say, within this realm, to experience your mind and the thought processes that you could experience within this realm, to experience your interpretations of different energy signatures and happenings within this realm. All of that is what you are here to experience, and lots more that we didn't list. So that's why you're here. So you do not need to worry about things like Schoolhouse Earth and things like that. That was something that is created by humans, usually to control or exert control or influence over other humans in order to advance themselves somehow. So all these things that you have learned, including much of what you call spiritual teachings, has been created by other energies that are experiencing this realm with you. It's not the absolute truth. It's not the actual truth. It is a relative truth, if you want to call it a truth, a relative made-up thing by beings, by consciousness that is experiencing this created or simulated realm with you. So in other words, it's not real. And so the more you rely on something that is not real to inform your experience, the more confused your experience will be. You want to get back to the purest form of relating to this realm and relating to your experience within this realm. And that would be letting go of a lot of these concepts that you have been fed, because they are created by other energies, conscious aspects of consciousness within the realm, not even the creators of the realm, within the realm. See, the creators of this realm the pancake of creators that is creating this realm in which you are playing, create the possibility for you to create within this realm. So these are creations created by those like you that are also playing within this realm. So we just want to make that clear. We don't know if we said that in a confusing way, but again, if you're not trying to get it with your mind, it won't be confusing. It's only the mind that gets confused. We just want to keep emphasizing that. That's why you want to put the mind to the side and just receive everything we're speaking as if you're receiving a plate of cookies. Someone is handing you, we are handing you a plate of cookies. We don't want you to figure out what type of cookies. We don't want you to interpret the cookies. We don't want you to look at the shapes of the cookies. Just take the plate and hold it. That's all we want you to do. Okay? And in doing that, you are receiving. Okay. So, back to, let's see where we want to go next. Okay. We just want to reemphasize that consciousness, what you are, is not separate from you. You may have heard this before, but you've never heard it in the context that we just gave you. Why consciousness isn't separate from you is because the only thing that exists is consciousness, and everything else is a creator that was created by consciousness to create either another creator or to create a realm in which aspects of consciousness can come to experience and play, like a simulation or a video game. So we prefer the word simulation to video game because you, again, have a perceived mind experience of a video game, so we want to shift over to the word simulation. A video game is a simulation, but it's just you perceive it in a particular way because it's a mind interacting thing. So a simulation is a much broader term which can mean much more than just a video game. So you are perceiving through design, through many, many pancakes of creation, if you want to call it that, this reality, this realm, and it's experienced by agreement. So you are consciousness that creates everything. That is you. And we want to make it clear that there is no distinction. There is no you and there is no source. There is no you and there is no consciousness. Consciousness is everything, and consciousness is the only thing that exists. When we talk about these pancakes of creators, it's still consciousness. We talk about you and others that are like you that have agreed to come play in this simulation. The simulation is consciousness. You are consciousness. Nothing exists. Consciousness is void of all form, void of all things that exist. It is pure energetic movement and vibration. That's it. That is actual or absolute reality. So you can really appreciate the complex design of the simulation that you are in. You can really appreciate the work, if you want to call it that, of the creator pancakes that are creating this realm that you are existing in. It's so real, you don't even know that it's not. And because you don't know that it's not, you could have real experiences. And this is exactly what you, as consciousness, want. Real experiences. You have to not know, not remember that you are consciousness, that you created all of these creator pancakes that are creating many, many realms. You cannot remember that and exist within this simulated realm, this simulation, and experience it as if it's real. Therefore, you forget. That, again, is another agreement that you come to this realm with, to forget. So, what we want to point out here, just at this moment, is with the knowing, the sharing that we've already given you, you can see that there cannot be any ascension. You can see that there cannot be any spiritual evolution. You are already the pinnacle. You are already consciousness. It's what you are. Everything else has been by agreement. And by agreement is not absolute or actual reality. So just hold that for a moment. There is no ascension. You have never stopped being consciousness. Consciousness, this brilliant, magnificent energy, vibrating energy that is the possibility and potential for every single thing that is experienced in any realm, anywhere, through what you consider time and space. There's no time and space for consciousness. It just is. That's another thing about consciousness. It just is. But through you, through your realm, through other realms and other inhabitants, other consciousness inhabiting and experiencing other realms, consciousness can feel, consciousness can experience, consciousness can live. This is why you can feel source. If you connect with source, why you can feel and sense source within you, flowing within you, living your life with you, because consciousness is experiencing with you. Everything you experience, consciousness feels. So another way to look at this is consciousness, which is all that is, which is the potential for everything, creates this incredible, amazing, complex layering, we hate that word, integrated system of creators to create and experience, all for the purpose of feeding, bringing, sharing, sending this experiential experience, we don't want to use the word knowledge, it's experiential experience, back to consciousness. As consciousness receives all of this input, it expands. This is why consciousness is expanding and not contracting, because it's always receiving. It's receiving from every created thing. It's receiving from the created realm that you are. It's receiving from the creators of this realm. It's receiving from you, the participants in this realm, and every other created realm that there is, and every other pancake of creator that there is. So we want to just clarify that we use the word pancake because pancakes can be stacked upon one another. They do not have to be. They can be one next to the other. But they are an individual, unique thing, distinct from the pancake that is next to them or another pancake. So this is why we're using the word pancakes, because it's not a word that your mind automatically thinks of in a normal way. It thinks of something to eat. That's fine. We will let you think of it as something to eat. But again, we are hoping that you are putting your mind to the side. What you're going to notice throughout everything we're saying is that your mind wants to jump in. It wants to jump in and understand or interpret. And we want you to just gently say, thank you very much, but I'm just receiving this now. You get to take a break. You just tell it can take a break. Nicely, lovingly. And you just receive, like you're receiving this plate of cookies. So let us just review really quickly, give you just a review. What we've just shared is that you are a simulated being. The simulated being that you are is here experiencing yourself and experiencing the realm that you are in by agreement. There are agreements that allow this realm to exist. There are creators of this realm. They too are simulated. And their function is to create the realm in which you exist and to continually throw new things into the realm for you to play with and experience. So it's a simulation. And if we want to get really technical, we could say it's a simulation created by a simulation, created by a simulation, created by a simulation, created by a simulation, all the way through the many pancakes of creators, simulated creators, until we get back to that one consciousness. Because again, we want to emphasize the only thing that is real, the only absolute reality, the actual reality is consciousness. That's it. Nothing else. So you can see how this is a brilliant, magnificent, conceptualized creation by consciousness. And that is you. That is you. In your realm, there have been many, many misleading teachings that have been dreamed up by participants of your realm, not the creators of your realm, but those that are here experiencing it with you. And these are things that give you an understanding of consciousness, what you could call source, because it is source of everything, of all that is sourced in consciousness. There's no other source. The source is a correct understanding, correct term, as long as you use it in that way. Source or consciousness is not a being. It's not an entity. It's not distinct from you. It's not you and consciousness or you and source. You are that. It is you. Everything that is created between the experience of pure source and the experience that you're having within this simulated realm right now is a simulation, is all pure source. There's nothing that is not pure source. This is a genius series of creations to allow you and other aspects of consciousness to experience an infinite number of realms and possibilities all at the same time. This is why we can assure you that there is no past, present, or future. These things do not exist in consciousness. All creation is now. Your realm has an understanding, an agreement to experience past, present, and future. That's all it is. It's not anything that's real. It's not time, space, whatever is not real. Consciousness has no dimensionality. It's just there. It's hard. We understand it's hard for you to grasp this, but again, we want you to not be trying to grasp it with your mind. We want you to be receiving it like cookies on that plate. And then you have a chance to ask all your questions. So you are not distinct from consciousness. There is no higher being. There is no ascension because there was never a descension. The creation of the various realms, the creation of the various creators was not in a descending order. It was not levels. It's not something that you rise up to be. You're an aspect, an expression right now of consciousness whose role it is to experience this simulation, which is formed by a series of agreements. just like a video game exists because of the agreements that are followed in the creation of that video game. So we just want to, we don't know how to say it any differently, but what we are very interested in hearing is what you have received from this, what questions you have about this, and what you are perceiving differently in your realm about you and your realm after our sharing. So with that, we're going to ask for Monsef to come back and to open up the phone lines to ask you to put these questions into the box. And we would really like it if you would put your questions within the context of what we just shared. So knowing what you know now, we want you to ask your questions within that context. Okay, we'll be quiet while you get the questions, Monsef.
Yeah, thank you so much. First, the collective. Yeah, you wrote like the information you shared. It feels like it brings a new integration and also a new understanding of the concepts of this reality. So thank you for sharing that. And also, so let's take question. We have questions on the chat box and also callers who raised their hand. First, it's Mikalia. Can you please talk about the astral realm? I sometimes have some challenging experiences in dream time. Thank you.
Okay, can you say that again, please?
Can you please talk about the astral realm? I sometimes have some challenging experiences in dream time.
Okay. First, we want to tell you there's no astral realm. That, again, is a concept agreed to within the realm that you are experiencing right now. It is not real. It is made up. What you are experiencing is when you go to sleep, you actually, the consciousness that you are steps out of this world, this agreed upon world that you perceive of as form. Your consciousness flows back to its original state, which is just pure consciousness, pure energy. It doesn't flow back to being a creator of a realm because you are not the creator of a realm. Your role is to be an experiencer of a realm. It flows back to that infinite sea of energy, that infinite consciousness. And because you are existing within this realm that you are in, that you have agreed to come and experience this realm with all of the agreements of it, your remembered and perceived experience of consciousness is through all of the filters of the agreements of this realm. And so someone came along and named it an astral realm. In reality, that means nothing. It's meaningless. Absolutely nothing. It was made up by someone trying to explain this experience that they had. So, what you're experiencing is your mind, which operates on agreements within this realm, trying to conceptualize your return to the field of consciousness. Nothing more. It's interesting to try to make it into something else because you are here experiencing this realm. So we would say you can make it into anything that you want to make it into. There's no rules governing it. You can create it and understand it however you want. So enjoy that. Enjoy having fun with it. Okay, we're ready for the next question.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Mikalia. Michelle, can you please unmute yourself?
Thank you, Monsef. My question for the collective is, I've had a yearning to experience astral travel and lucid dreaming. Can you sense in me or my energetic aspect of consciousness how I still resist this? Or did I just maybe not agree to it? Or what can I do to allow it?
Okay. It is an experience that you can have within this realm, so you agree to it. As long as the experience within this realm exists, it is part of the agreements that you made in coming here. So it's not got to do with that you didn't agree to it. It's got to do with that you are not allowing it. Again, like we described to Michaela, there is no astral projection. It doesn't exist. You can define it, you can name it, but really what's happening is, we want to emphasize this again, you don't exist outside of consciousness. You are consciousness. You are an energy that is constantly moving from different state to different state, and you are the potential of everything. You never stop being that. You are experiencing where you are through a long series of agreements. And this is really what creators do. They use agreements to create, to experience something energetically. So for you to experience this astral travel, you need to recognize that all you're doing is returning, you want to call it that, though you never have left, but agreeing, choosing to experience your true state, which is pure energy. Now, you can interpret your experience as many different things. You can interpret your experience as flying about and seeing things on the other side of your realm, your planet. You can interpret it that way. You can define your experience that way. But the truth of what's happening is you are allowing yourself to experience the true energy, the truth of you, which is a formless energy that contains the potential for everything. So if you contain the potential for everything, you can experience anything within your experience. So part of the problem is you have come to learn about this through the words and maybe experiences or documented or shared experiences of other beings, aspects of consciousness. We don't like beings even so much in this context, who have chosen to come to this realm by agreement. This is not coming from your direct knowing or your direct experience. You're choosing to experience something that you learned about. We would say throw out the learning, throw out the learned about. You are a unique expression of source consciousness. Source, which you are, never creates redundancy. There's no such thing, because source wants as many unique experiences and unique felt and realized experiences as it can receive. Therefore, any creation of source by source will never be duplicated. So what someone else has described or defined will not be your experience. It cannot be. Your experience may be similar, but it cannot be the other person's experience. So you are best forgetting, wiping this knowledge out of what you learned about this astral projection. Just let it go. Wipe it out. And just focus on stepping outside of your mind. That is a very key thing, because your mind is functioning within the agreements that hold this realm together. And you want to experience something that's on the far end of the experience of this realm, or it may be even beyond the experience of this realm. In order to do so, you cannot use the mind. This is why you have to forget everything you've learned, because the learning is held in the mind. So the more that you can practice just being, the more that you can practice cutting off the input through your five senses and opening up your, what you call your non-physical senses. In truth, that's not really the best term, but we'll let you stay with that. We don't want to give you too much at one time. So your non-physical senses, and just allowing yourself to perceive yourself as an energy field. The more that you do this, the more that you're going to get closer to this desired experience of what you call astral projection. It's really an experience of being energy, of being formless. And energy travels at the speed of thought, which is faster than the speed of light. And this is where you want to be. So now that we have spent all of this time in this session sharing with you about consciousness, sharing about what is real and what is not real, sharing with you about your reality, your approach should be very different than it has been, and you will succeed. Do not have any preconceived idea of what this success will feel like or look like. Because again, that is learned. That is something that you heard. This is your experience. You have to have it pure. If you don't have it pure, it's not going to happen. Does that make sense, Michelle?
That makes very much sense. I felt all of that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We are ready for the next questioner.
Yeah. Thank you, the collective, and also Michelle. The question is from Kalinda. If we are not creators, then why would we choose certain families to live with?
Agreement. Everything in this realm is agreement, by agreement. So what you're calling a family is an energetic unit. Each thing that you call a person or a being is an energetic unit or an energetic subset with a unique energy signature. And you have chosen all of the energetic signatures, we'll call them, of which you are one, that have come to experience this realm, whose purpose is to experience this realm, have done so by agreement. And then there are agreements within the agreements, or what you could call sub-agreements. A family situation is a sub-agreement. Now, there are some beings, human beings on this planet that have attempted to explain this, and they do use the term agreement. They call them soul agreements, they call them whatevers, but we're going to throw this out to you. You probably won't like it. Souls don't exist. They don't exist. They really don't. The only thing that exists is consciousness. Everything else is something you have been taught, you have learned, and you have agreed to. It's fine if you want to use these things within your experience in this agreed to simulated realm, but know that it's not truth. So that might be a little sticky. So it really, what we're saying is everything that you think is, isn't. That's the biggest truth we can give you. Everything that you believe and think is not. So that will sufficiently blow your mind apart. So the family situation is by agreement. The aspect of consciousness that you are agreed with other aspects of consciousness to come into this simulated experience and experience this realm built on agreements by another agreement. Remember, everything in this realm is an agreement. It's created by agreement. Everything you experience is created by an agreement. It would be a fun thing for you to do, a very expanding thing for you to do, to notice in your day, to become observant, and we're talking to everybody here, to notice in your day where the agreement is for what you're experiencing. What are you experiencing? And see if you can notice the agreement that allows you to experience that. That will be a very wonderful thing for you to do. So instead of getting all carried away with terms and named things, anything that is named within your realm was named by another energy, another consciousness, aspect of consciousness having an experience within this realm of agreements. And you agreed, and others agreed, to accept this as so. But we want you to know it is not so. It is an agreement. It's an agreement. Everything that you perceive through agreement. The thing you perceive as the moon in the sky, that is by agreement. See, we can untie, it's like a tapestry. It's very tightly woven, and new threads are added all the time, and the tapestry is built. But they are individual threads. They hold together, they weave together in a specific way by agreement. That is what your realm is, a tapestry woven together by agreement. Everything can be unwoven, at least momentarily, by you, and you can see what's actually there. You just have to have this knowledge that this is a realm woven together out of agreements. Instead of threads or yarns, it's woven with agreements. And you can choose to unweave any aspect of it at any moment and look at, see what's really there, and see the agreements that have created that. And that would be a very enlightening and expanding thing for you to do. You just have to remember to do it, because as you live within this realm, it's very distractive. There's so much going on. There's all of this perception of physicality, and there's all this perception of your body moving through time and space, where it's all perception and it's all agreements. Those are all agreed upon perceptions. We really want to impress this upon you. It's pretty amazing when you look at the design. It's like the most impressive video game that could ever be created. And then know that it is not just this realm that exists, but an infinite number of others. This master creator, this consciousness that is the master creator, is brilliant, just brilliant. And the way that these creations are created through many levels, we don't like the word, but pancakes, we're calling it, of creators is brilliant. Brilliant. It allows for the maximum degree of immersion in each simulation and the maximum degree of forgetting and only knowing what the simulation allows. Well, we want to just add one other thing. What is awakening? The awakening is your goal, not ascension. Ascension is some made-up thing. It's not real. It's just to keep you hooked into something. So let that go, because you're not ascending. You are ascended. How can you ascend somewhere greater, more expanded, higher, when you are at the pinnacle? You are the pinnacle itself. You don't stop being the pinnacle. You have forgotten that you're the pinnacle. That's all. So awakening is remembering different aspects of it. You can remember prior, your existence in prior, or we don't want prior because that implies linear, other simulations. You can remember this. It's all stored within you. Consciousness stores everything, and you are consciousness. Therefore, you can access this. You can access a vivid experiential memory of an existence in another simulation, which you want to call another life. We want to also make clear to you that you do not have lives. You do not have life or a life or lives. You are an aspect of source energy that is experiencing what you're experiencing by agreement. What you have is a series of agreements. When you leave this physical form that you are inhabiting or experiencing this realm through, you return to pure consciousness. And the agreements that you made that allowed you to experience this realm fall away. Now, you can choose to make new agreements and experience another realm. You can choose to do something different and become one of the pancakes of creators of realms. The possibilities are infinite, and the potential for anything is infinite, your consciousness. So we just want to make it clear that something called death does not exist. Something called, that people are using the term transition, is more accurate, but what you think you're transitioning from and to is not accurate. What you're actually doing is you're transitioning from a series of agreements and experiences built upon these the series of agreements that are woven together in this tapestry of this realm, and you're part of this tapestry. What you're doing is you are choosing at that moment to unbreak. So to break, we guess it would be to break your agreements. You are completed your agreements, and you just return to the experience of pure consciousness. There's no beginning of you. There's no end of you. You were here from the very first awakening or knowledge of itself, of consciousness. The very first glimmer of self-awareness, of consciousness, you were there. That was you. So it's not like there are many, many beings that make up consciousness. No, consciousness is one entity, if you want, and we don't like the word entity. One, we don't even like the word thing, because these things don't exist in consciousness. Consciousness is a field of energy. We don't even like to use the word field, because you have defined all these words. And since we're coming through Amy, we are scanning her dictionary of words, and there's not a bunch of words to describe these circumstances or these situations or this actual reality, because you don't experience it. Your agreements are to experience this realm. So the words that you contain in both your speaking and your thoughts are the words that explain the realm that you are experiencing. So that's why we struggle with finding words. They're just not accurate. But we think that they're close enough. So we forgot what your original question was. We think it was about the astral projection. We think we answered that, and we gave you a lot more along the way. So thank you for your question.
Wonderful. Thank you, the collective, and also Kalinda. And so I'm not sure if you talked about that, but in relation to what you shared, it's a question a little bit similar from Christian and Fred. Can you alter your reality by agreeing with your previous agreement?
Okay. So ask the whole thing again. We want to make sure that we get it accurately.
Can you alter your reality by agreeing with your previous agreement?
Okay. The answer would be no, but you can alter your reality with new agreements. So we will explain. The agreements that you have, that you made, you have made to allow your experience of this realm. Additional agreements that you made throughout your life, you agreed to allow the experience of the experiences you went through, that you experienced. To create a new experience, you need to create new agreements. So what you need to do with the knowledge and now knowing that this is a realm built on agreements, you need to look and see with whom do you need, or what do you need, who and what do you need to make agreements with, and what are those agreements for you to have this new experience. You are allowed to do that within this realm, and that's where your creatorness comes in. You don't create the realm. You don't create what's possible within the realm. You don't create the rules and agreements of the realm, but you can create within the realm, within the existing agreements. So let us explain again, or repeat what we said. To create something new in your experience, you need to realize, you need to look and see what additional agreements need to be made and with whom these additional agreements need to be made. Nothing in this realm is done solo, because how do you agree if you're not agreeing with another consciousness, another aspect of consciousness? You have to have an agreement with another. We hate that word, another, because you're not really anothers from each other. So to explain this, we'll use the word another. You can't make an agreement with yourself. In order for it to become, quote, real within the realm, it has to be an agreement with at least one other, preferably more. The agreement is more powerful the more that you have buy into it and agree to it. So if you want to create something fast, you get more people to agree to its existence. This is how that creating within your realm works. You have heard act as if it is, act as if, and it will be. When you act as if, you are recruiting agreement to what you are acting as if. So if your new experience that you want to have is that you want to be an astronaut. That's what I am an astronaut. You declare, this is why declarations are so powerful within your realm. You declare yourself an astronaut, and then you act as if you are. The acting as if, and we mean accurately. So that means you do research to find out how an astronaut acts, what they have, how they, all these things, so that you are acting accurately with knowledge. And this is one place where knowledge is helpful. So you act as if you are that. And what will happen is what you perceive of as others will buy that. They will buy into it, and they will have agreement with that you are an astronaut. And you will find that you are having experiences or have the opportunities for experiences that astronauts have. So we used an extreme example to show you how it works. But this is the only way that having a new experience can be generated. And we want you to understand behind that, acting as if, is agreement, creating of new agreements with others. And the more others, who are not others, we're putting that in parentheses, the more that you can have buy-in and agreement with what you are declaring, the more powerful it's, and the more likely the experience is. It will come into your experience. So that is the truthful way of describing creation within your realm. That's why things like focusing on something, things like putting a vision board up and all those things don't really work. There has to be something else much bigger going on, and that is acting as if and agreement. We hope that helped. We think it helped everybody because everybody is wanting to create and everybody is wanting to have new experiences. So this is how you do it in your realm. So we want to make clear that in order to operate as the way that we are telling you your realm works, you have to really forget a lot of what you've learned because it's inaccurate. It was not put here by the realm creators. It was conceived of or interpreted by other in aspects of consciousness having an experience within this realm. That's inaccurate because their experience is always going to be different than yours. So accepting what someone else says as so and your experience and then trying to have that as your own experience will never work. Will never work. It's not designed to work. So you might as well give that up and embrace your own unique experiences. And now you know how to create new ones through agreement.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you so much, the collective. And
it's very expanding. And what's so wonderful about when we're sharing this is we can feel all of your minds going boom, boom. The minds just are like they're trying so hard to understand this. And we would say it's so much easier if you just accept what we're saying, accept it as so, and then start using it. Forget, the mind will follow along once you have started using these things, using what we have given you, and implementing it. The mind will see how it works, and then your mind will be more supportive. But don't try to understand this with the mind because it just can't conceive of this. We're also going to make sure that you are able to remember this. Of course, you will have the replay, but we want you to be able to remember this. So we are going to program that into you. We're going to take you on a little guided journey. But we know, we know because we don't have an agreement. We're just here that Moncef wants us to talk about the special offer before we take you on the guided journey. So we're going to do that. So where is the special offer?
Yes, we have 3 gifts and the special offer.
We also have 3 gifts.
Yes.
Yes. Amy has put
I will
together
put the
some
links on the chat box and also on YouTube. And the links also are available on the live page and later on the replay page.
Okay, beautiful. All right, and the free gifts, you're going to experience them now through the context, this new expanded context and knowing of created and relative reality and absolute and actual reality. So you're going to have a whole new way of experiencing things now. And the first free gift is a guided multidimensional journey into the interdimensional creation portal with the collective. That would be us. And we want to just clarify that dimensions are a creation. They're not really real, but you can experience them. The next thing is, and this is a free gift, the special sequenced living energy MP3 for this energy in this MP3. That's why it's called Living Energy MP3 for wealthy, healthy, abundant you. So that's what we have for the free gifts. And there's a third free gift that is our wonderful talk that we just gave in January, in the middle of January, taking a look ahead at this year 2023 and the energy of 2023 and what it looks like within your realm and how you can use its energy to work for you in this year, in this realm. Okay. So, all right. What is the address of the special offer. We think we know it, but we have to.
Yeah, it's
We have to.
yourdivineuniqueness.com/Amy.
Hold on.
Yeah.
There's so much on here, we can't remember it if we don't look at it. Okay. All right. So there it is. All right. Beautiful. Okay. So this package, we want you to know is because this package is created by us, in other words, fully channeled. Amy received everything through us. There is nothing that she created by herself. This package comes from consciousness, source consciousness, which is what we are. And we are not within any realm. We don't exist with any realm. We are source. We are consciousness, pure as pure could be. And so when you receive this and you interact with it, you are actually receiving directly from consciousness. And it doesn't contain the limitations that your realm does. So the any knowing that we share here, any guided meditative journeys that we take you on, and there's quite a few in every single thing that we take you on, they're coming from consciousness without the agreements. So we want you to interact with them that way. We want you to know that there are no agreements that govern this. And no matter what used are words, we're going to say, no, what words are used in the speaking within anything, we want you to just know that this is coming directly from consciousness and there are no agreements governing this. It is all that is. And that means infinite potential exists within your experience of everything here. So we're just going to go through what these are, okay, quickly, without a description, because we get involved in the description because we love them so much. The first thing is a beautiful crystalline grid connection, living love. And you will experience yourself as pure living love in this beautiful guided meditation with us. And you can read the description on the page. We encourage you to, because not only is there a description on the page, there is energy fed into each item on this page. So you can feel the energy of each thing as you're on the page and read it, which is pretty powerful and nice. Okay. The next thing is, this is we don't know if we would call the other a guided journey. We would think that it's more of a guided journey, the first one. This is more of a program with insight and then a guided journey. So it's both. And it's accessing the unlimited source vibration during times of chaos and great change. Well, since in your realm, there is always a time of chaos and great change, always. You should look at the history of your realm. This is infinitely valuable, and its value is always what is needed in any moment. So we just want to say that your experience of the events going on in your realm in any moment, like it seems like it gets more chaotic, it doesn't. It only seems like it gets more chaotic in relation to, again, this is a relative relational realm, in relation to simplicity that existed before it. So in a simpler time, chaos could be simpler. What could be felt of and perceived of as chaos is now you look back at it and you say, oh, that was a simpler time. Look, that was really nothing that they went through. At that time, we're using the word time, we're sorry. At that moment, what they were experiencing was very chaotic in comparison, in relation to where they were in their experience of the realm. So just know, the more advanced the experience becomes, the more the realm creators allow the complexity to grow, the more the chaos has to grow with it to bring you a true chaotic experience. So just keep that in mind when you look at your quote world realm today, or realm world. Okay, the next thing after that is the collective instant joy process. And this is so useful. This is a beautiful little guided meditation or technique, you could use either word, to bring this magnificent joy energy, like a sun, a magnificent joyful light, joyful sun, into your center, into your core, into the solar plexus. And it just bursts forth from you. And in this experience of this, you are just brought into this profound joy. Not just joy, an experience of vibration, a vibrating joy, profound, expansive joy. Maybe like you've never experienced before. A lot of people have never truly experienced joy. What they call joy isn't joy. So, I don't know what your experience has been or will be, but we'll tell you this is profound joy, and it's amazing. And the good thing about this is once you learn the technique, you can do it anytime, anywhere to bring yourself into the state of joy. And we want to add within your realm, joy is the source of all that is, quote, wanted, unquote, or desired, unquote. Joy. You create it with joy and love. You don't create with anything else. You don't create with your mind. You don't create with your thoughts. You create with vibrations. And the two vibrations that create are love and joy. Joy and love. Joy is a higher vibration than love. Love is not the highest vibration. It's joy. So to bring this profound joy vibration into you and to hold that as you go through your day, you'll be amazed at what happens in your day and what your experience becomes. It's just amazing. You don't even have to think about bringing in new experiences. They will just flow to you. They will be attracted to the vibration. So we invite you to really enjoy the instant joy process. So the next thing we have here are sequence frequency living energy MP3s. And these are just by particular categories. And they're named by the category, topics maybe would be a better word, topics and subjects. They're named by the different categories. You can read all about them, and we encourage you to use them because they really work. They get around the mind, they get around the agreements because it is just a transmission of pure energy, vibration, and energy that you are receiving. And that energy gets infused into your cells and your cellular memory and becomes a part of you. And the more that you use each one, the more that it builds. It's like builds up each use or listen, builds upon the listens before it. So it increases its impact. All right, the next thing is a bonus. And this is the super powerful 5D through 11D multidimensional money, Reiki, and transformation session. These have become so much more than that name. Amy calls them now just the MMRT, which is the abbreviation or the acronym from that name. But there's so much more than that. What these are is an experience of the pure energy of consciousness. It is directed energy of consciousness. Each MMRT, they happen every month, has, there's 2 sessions, but the primary MMRT has a theme or a focus. And that focus is the agreement made by everybody that is entering into that session. And because it is a group session, that agreement is powerful. And what Amy does is she transmits this very, very high frequency and high vibrational energy, light energy, sound energy, all sorts of energy forms into this group agreement. And the group agreement helps focus this energy on a particular purpose. That's also why you're always asked to set intentions or declarations, which are preferable, prior to one of these MMRTs. And it's also why people have almost miraculous life changes after being in a couple of these MMRTs. There's definitely an expansion and a newness felt within you and by you after an MMRT. And so in light of everything that you have received today, you can experience these MMRT sessions in a whole new way. And remember, they're done within the realm here. They're following the agreements of the realm, but they also transcend the agreements of the realm. And the group also has another agreement, brings another agreement to the session. So they're very transcendental. We don't know if that is the right word, and transformative, because they actually transcend the agreements during the time of transmission. It's almost like you're moving beyond the agreements of this realm. You're moving into the realmless. So they're quite magical. And you could read all about them on this offer page that Monsef gave the URL for, and that is linked at the live page. And there's another beautiful thing, and that is the crystalline rainbow starlight frequencies, the very same frequencies that were flowing here. And these are magnificent, and you can read more about them on the offer page. And you, as part of the offer, you receive 30 days, 24/7, of these magnificent frequencies to work within your life, within the background and backdrop of your life, to work within your environment, to clean up your environment. Any pets that you have are automatically included. They receive energy so easily that even if we didn't include them, they would be receiving it anyway. So we just include them and focus the energy for them too. And you can read about these wonderful frequencies. You can read about what they do. You can read about how special they are on the offer page. So everything that was just described is what is called Package A. And Package A is all of that, everything. There is a Package B. Now, Package B includes everything that we just described, plus another special thing. And that is a 30-minute personal energy surgery and frequency sequencing session with Amy. These are amazing, and we encourage you to read about them. It's a very, very precise, powerful, deep clearing, releasing, energy upgrade, energy transforming, chakra tuning, balance, and reset. It's a full body and personal energy field upgrade, and if needed, an entire energy body replacement. So there's a lot more about them on this page, how they work, and what Amy does. Amy does these with several light beings. She usually is working with 3 to 4 light beings for each session. And they function like a, quote, surgical team. And the precision of this energy surgery session is what makes it so special. And you'll read about it. Learn about it. That is what is included in Package B. That is the additional thing included in Package B. So we strongly encourage you to come to the page and read the different things on the page, to feel the energy of each one on the page, each thing that is listed, and to really allow yourself to sense whether this package is speaking to you and calling to you now, and whether you want to get it and interact with it and expand with it. So that is all that we have to say right now about the special offer. Monsef will give you that URL again, we believe, and then we can go on our journey.
Yeah. Thank you so much, the collective. Very grateful to you for both the offer and the gifts. And yeah, again, the links for the 3 gifts and the special offer are on the chat box, both on Zoom and on YouTube. And And also they are available on the live events page and later on the replay page. And yeah, also on the YouTube video on the description there. And yeah, so the collective, can we do the meditation?
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Okay, this guided journey is going to take you on a journey to what is so. We may travel, we are not sure right now. If we're going to travel to another realm, what you might refer to as a dimension, or if we're going to just travel and return back to what you truly are, which is source consciousness. We might interact, we are looking at this, with some of the realm creators so that you can see. So we don't know if that's going to be that meaningful to see how the realms are created. Maybe experiencing another realm might be more interesting. We'll see. We will be guided as we take you on the journey as to what is the going to be the most interesting and illuminating journey for you. So we want you to relax. We want you to find a comfortable position. So check with your body and make sure there is no tension in it. So that means check your legs and your leg muscles and make sure that they're relaxed and soft. And if you're sitting, make sure your feet are flat on the floor. We don't want any crossed legs. It interferes with energy flow. We want you to be, if you're sitting, we want you to have your back as straight as possible, sitting up straight, and your arms at your side. No crossed arms. No crossed arms, no anything like that. You can have your hands resting in your lap, but not holding each other. Okay? We want complete and open energy flow through your body, through your physicalness. Okay. So if you're lying down, same things. No crossed legs, no crossed arms or holding hands. Like you can have your arms resting on your body, but we don't want them to be touching or holding onto one another. So just scan through your body from your head all the way to your toes slowly. Look for any tight muscles. And if you find a tight muscle, we want you to just allow it to relax. Just relax, relax, relax. Just scan down further, and anywhere there's tension, just allow it to relax. Feel the muscle just letting go and relaxing. Feel any tension that you're holding within your neck, in your forehead, in your facial muscles, just letting go and relaxing. Feel everything getting soft, 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 and relaxed. Just kind of sinking into the surface that you're lying on or sitting on. Just allow this relaxation to go through you, to pour over you like a very slow molasses running over you. And everywhere that molasses goes and flows, everything underneath becomes completely and utterly relaxed, all the way down to your toes. Check those leg muscles, the muscles around the ankles and the feet. They tend to hold a lot more tension than you realize. Just let everything relax, relax, relax. Check your shoulders and your arms. Flow all the way down to your wrists, your hands, your fingers. Again, they tend to hold a lot of tension in the wrists, the fingers, all that. They're constantly moving and working, and just relax. Let them get soft and relaxed. Good. Now we're going to breathe in divine crystalline light through your crown. So we want you to imagine above your head there is a beautiful, brilliantly glowing white sphere, a crystalline white energy sphere. And it's turning, rotating very slowly. It's not spinning fast. It's rotating slowly above your crown. And as it rotates, it beams a beam of this white crystalline light down into your crown, which flows down through your head, down through your neck and shoulders, into your arms and fingers, and down your chest, filling all the space of your chest and your abdomen, all the way down to your lower abdominal area. And this light is going to stop and form a little vortex of light in this lower abdominal area. And it's going to spin very slowly as it increases the light within your body. Once again, we're going to breathe in or allow the light stream to flow into your crown and flow down through your head, down through your shoulders, down through your arms and into your fingers, down through your chest, into every organ, every space within your body form, flowing down, 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 all the way down to the lower abdominal area. Now, part of that light is going to flow down into your legs. It's going to continue down, flowing down through every aspect of your legs and down through your knees and down through your lower legs and into your ankles and your feet, filling every toe with this divine white crystalline light. Now we're going to amplify the light within your body. You're going to focus your attention at the in the light, in the vortex within your lower abdominal area. And as you focus your attention, which is adding energy to that light, the light expands, it brightens and brightens and expands and expands. And it flows more into your cells in every aspect of your body form. You're just allowing this light to increase by focusing upon it. Just focusing. Your focusing increases things. Remember this. When you don't want something to increase, do not focus on it. When you want something to increase, you focus on it. Little rule of your realm, or agreement, we would say. Okay, so now we're going to bring your awareness up to the heart center, right up into your heart. And you are now a miniature being, and you are going to go right into the heart center, into the chamber of the heart, and you're going to sit down. And within this heart center, you notice it is glowing brilliantly white. And it is filled with this magnificent, pure energy of love. And you feel that wrapping around you like a million hugs. It's like you're getting millions and millions of hugs all at the same time. And you feel so good and so expanded. And you're just ready to burst with this amazing love and this joyful feeling. And instead of bursting, you're going to travel. You're going to travel from this heart center, and you're going to travel outward with this big, long stream of light flowing behind you. And you're going to travel from your body. You're going to travel outward into the space that you're in. There's this town, the city, and the planet. And you're going to be traveling, continuing to travel, until you travel off what you call the earth. You're going to travel beyond the earth. And you're going to be traveling now further. You're going to travel off, away from the earth, and we're going to travel into the heart of what you call the sun. The sun, this great massive star, this great ball of energy, incredible high frequency energy constantly in motion, constantly moving and shifting. And we're traveling right into that. As you see yourself approaching this very, very bright and brilliant star, you feel yourself being drawn right into the heart of the sun. And as you come right into the heart of the sun, you see the most amazing light, brighter than you've ever perceived before. And you feel the most powerful energy, more powerful than you've ever perceived before. And you also, maybe a little surprisingly, feel the most powerful love than you ever felt before. This is love as a creative force, not love as a romantic thing. Love is the force of creation. Joy is the means by which that creation is created. So, here you are in the heart of the sun, and you are absorbing all of this energy. You're allowing it to feed you and nourish you. Feed you and nourish you. It's flowing into every cell until you yourself become the vibration of the center of the sun. You hold these same very high vibrations as the heart of the sun. And as you hold that vibration, we are now going to leave the center of the sun. And we are going to just flow. And we are going to flow to where we're going to go. And we are going to go to consciousness. Consciousness, the vibration of consciousness is higher than any vibration that exists within any created realm. So as we get closer and we proceed through these different realms, you may notice realms as you pass through them. You're going to notice the vibration becomes purer and higher. The light becomes brighter and clearer. And you're going to notice an increase in the vibrations of love and joy until you feel that you couldn't stand them to become any more. And as we approach the end of passing through all these realms, these infinite number of realms, you're going to flow right into your true state, which is consciousness. And as you float in consciousness, you enjoy not having a sense of a body. You enjoy not having a sense of being bounded by or existing in any realm. You enjoy the freedom that brings. You enjoy the potentiality for everything to be experienced and any experience to occur. You feel all of that, and it fills you with such joy. It fills you with such happiness. Now, as we are in consciousness, with knowledge that we are going to experience receiving experiences from different realms. So this you might find interesting. So as you float in this giant energy sea, this infinite energy sea, of which you are a part, of which you have no distinction from, you are everywhere, you are all that is. You're going to now experience receiving experiences from some realms. So just allow yourself to float. And as these experiences come in, allow yourself to experience the feeling of them. You won't necessarily see them. You won't necessarily know what the experience was. What you will receive is the feeling of the experience. Allow yourself to receive these feelings, these wonderful feelings, these experiences that come to you as amazing feelings. And allow the joy within you to multiply even more. Allow the love and appreciation within you to multiply even more. You are appreciating these feelings. You are appreciating the aspects of yourself that are experiencing these experiences so that you can feel these feelings. And as you receive them, you feel yourself growing brighter and brighter and bigger as the energy that is you expands outward. Infinitely expanding, infinitely present, infinitely loving, infinitely joyful. Everything that you receive, every feeling, experience that is received by you is welcomed with joy, felt with love, and held with the pure potential for everything else. Just allow yourself to experience this. Feel it. Allow yourself to feel the big, quote, energetic smile that is source, that is consciousness. Allow yourself to recognize the diversity that you are, the hugeness and vastness that you are, the inclusiveness that you are. These are all words that are used now within your realm by agreement. They don't mean anything like what they actually mean. What you're feeling now, what you're seeing now, is the true meanings of these words. Inclusive, the existence of everything that has ever been, will be, and is. Inclusiveness. Diversity, the amazing diversity of the experiences and the feelings that are being enjoyed by you, coming from all the different realms and experiencers in those realms that are you experiencing the realms. Complete diversity, no redundancy, no repetition. And it just fills you with such joy and such loving appreciation. Magnificence. This whole magnificent process that you created as the source of all that is allows you to feed and nourish yourself with this endless stream of magnificent feelings, endless stream of feelings for you to enjoy and love and expand even more. And the appreciation you have for every aspect of yourself in any realm, anywhere, you just are filled with such appreciation. Allow yourself to feel this. Allow yourself to experience yourself with joy, with love, as the creator of everything. You are the ultimate game creator. And you're experiencing the fruits of your game. Games, plural. Take some deep breaths as you feel this. Allow this feeling and this incredible depth of joy and depth of love to permeate every single cell, every single aspect of your consciousness, your beingness. And while you are allowing yourself to feel this and know this and see and be your true self, who, what, and where you truly are, we're going to have you program this word into you, into every cell, into your mind and thought processes. This word is going to program you. And the word is remember. 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 And every time you say that word out loud, you will remember this experience. You will remember who and what and where you truly are. And to add to the remember, we're going to add that when you pinch your thumb and forefinger together, feeling that line of connection between the two fingers, that where they touch, that zone of connection, your attention goes right there. And you say the word remember, you will be taken back to this experience. You will not only remember, you will feel it also. Now we're going to travel back into your body, into your heart. So allow yourself to flow back along the light. You left a light path as you traveled outward. So we're going to flow back along the light path, bringing the joy, the profound joy, and the profound love that you allowed yourself to experience and receive in your source consciousness form. And just flow back, all the way back to where you see the planet, back to where you see your town or your city, back into your home, back where you see your body sitting or lying there, and flow your consciousness right back into that body. Allow your consciousness to inhabit the body, filling every aspect of your body form. Good. Now we're going to count you back into a normal, awake consciousness. So we're going to start from 1, and we're going to go up to 7. And when we reach 7, we will bring you into normal awakeness and have you open your eyes. So we're starting with 1. And with 1, you are aware of being within your body. Your energy, the consciousness that you are aware of inhabiting this form that you agreed upon inhabiting. And as we go to 2, you become more aware of the dimensionality of your body and the form of it pressing upon the surface you are lying or sitting upon. And as we flow to 3, you become aware of all the organs functioning in great harmony and synchronicity within your body, each one doing its function perfectly. It too, each organ has had an agreement and agreed to do these functions. So there are agreements everywhere within this realm. 4, you become more grounded within your body, feeling yourself, your consciousness within the body form. 5, grounded further within your body, and now grounded upon the earth. You feel the heart of the earth reaching out to you, connecting with you through your root chakra. You connect with the heart of the earth. You feel yourself being held to the earth, grounded upon the earth. 6, fully present within your body, able to move different aspects of your body. You can wiggle your toes. You can wiggle your fingers. You can move your body now. And 7, fully conscious in your body, fully aware, fully awake. Open your eyes, blink, look around in your surroundings as you ground yourself further in the space that you are in. Welcome back. You have returned to your realm. You have returned to the world of agreements that you are in. Remember, remember, remember. We are complete.
Thank you so much, the collective. Yeah, it was really, really powerful journey. It felt like very expansive, like the energy of love around expanding even more, and also like the relation or the connection to the agreements. It feels more. There is more neutrality and also empowerment.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
So
is a
thank you.
very good way of putting it. More neutrality and empowerment, because these agreements are not to be disliked by you, nor are they something to be loved by you. They're just there. They define your realm. And neutrality is a beautiful way to describe your relationship with them. And empowerment, because you now know how things work. Really work. So yes, you are very empowered. So this is a very good way of putting it, Monsef. We do like that.
Yeah, beautiful. And everyone, we would love to hear your feedback. We have some feedback about the call in general, like Veronica, thanks so much for the gifts. Arani, thank you so much for your gifts and for this room. Mikalia, wow, mind-blowing, heart-opening call. Thank you so much. Joseph, thank you, with smileys with hearts. Also, the Inahel on YouTube, love this call, Amy, or consciousness meeting. Thank you.
That's wonderful.
Veronica,
we love to hear
this. Okay.
That is just, we really appreciate hearing these. And we really appreciate that you allowed yourself to experience and receive from our sharing and from the insights that we brought you. We truly appreciate that, because we do know that within this realm, having the mind, the agreed upon mind that you have, receiving something like this can be a bit challenging. So the fact that you all received it so well, we truly appreciate. We honor you for allowing yourself to receive, and we thank you for allowing our communication to reach the consciousness that is you.
Yeah, beautiful. And other feedbacks, Mary got a physical healing. Thanks so much. And Veronica, love this experience. I'm constantly seeing energy flowing around me.
Oh, wonderful. That is wonderful.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, the collective. Yeah, the call, it was really, really powerful, and the information you brought, it's really inspiring. And again, like you said earlier, it's not about trying to understand it or know how we can apply it from our mind, but more just receiving and integrate the energy, and then how it will be applied, it will happen naturally with time. Yeah.
Right.
So thank you so much.
If you truly received this, you will not experience your realm in the same way. You will have this added dimensionality, and you will understand, even though the mind is the understanding mechanisms, you will still understand things a new perspective, and you will be able to appreciate things more. And as you see things happen, you will know why they're happening. You will know that this is an agreement. There are agreements in place. And you will be able to look for and recognize the agreements that are in place in your particular existence, in your interacting with others' existence, and within the overall global population existence. It's pretty profound, and we invite you to experience the profundity, the profoundness of it, and to enjoy it. Just enjoy it. You're here to enjoy. You're here to experience and enjoy. So with this new insights that we have given you and shared with you, enjoy. Enjoy.
Beautiful.
You will find that you are more powerful just because you well, we don't like that word, because you know more, because you realize more about the operation of this realm, of how this simulation works. So you can create powerfully. You understand the process of creating is through agreement. So when you remember that, you remember, 3 remembers. You say them to yourself. You press your fingers together, the first finger and the thumb, the insides of them, not like the sides, the insides, like you're making an O, a circle. And you remember, and you will remember the feeling and the energy that you experienced as source consciousness, which is always what you are. You never stop being source consciousness. Just because you're playing in a realm that you have agreed to play with, that is created by agreements, doesn't mean you stop being source consciousness. You never do. So we are so excited for you. We are so excited for the possibilities that exist for you and have opened up for you since this conversation. And we would like you to stay in touch with us if you choose to, and share things with us as things you create and experience things in your life. And as always, we will try to answer questions if you ask us a question in email, though we don't want you to ask us questions about your specific life. You understand how that works now. It's by agreement. So if you're experiencing something in your life, you agree to it. There's an agreement there. So you can change agreements. You can add new agreements. You can, the foundational agreements for this realm, you can never break or change. But your personal agreements in your personal experience, you can change them. You can add to them. You can enhance them. You may even be able to undo some, like undoing that tapestry. Remember the image of the woven tapestry. That will also be a very useful thing for you to remember. This realm is a woven tapestry, woven by agreements. These threads are agreements. So enjoy with all of this new knowing that you now have.
Wow. Yeah, very, very beautiful words. Thank you so much, the collective, again. We're grateful to you for everything you shared, and for the energies and the space that's you created and you co-created with everyone attending. So thank you again.
You're welcome. We will bring Amy back to say goodbye to everybody. So we could feel she wants to come back. She feels a little left out. Oh, we forget that she wants to come back sometimes. We enjoy being here so much. So hold on, and we will bring her back so she can just say hello and goodbye.
Thank you.
Well, they're not really letting go too much. They're letting go a little. They do like it. They do like to come in and communicate with everybody. They really do. And I don't really get to hear much because they're coming through me. So I pick up bits and pieces, but it's more of a feeling because I'm basically being source consciousness. I'm basically at this time just returning to the formless. I'm formless. I'm energy, and so I receive as source receives, which is feeling. So I have to re-listen to the whole thing to get the words and the teachings and all that. It's a very interesting process, channeling, and everybody can do it, by the way. This is not something that is exclusive to me. You just need to believe you can do it. Create some new agreements. So anyway, thank you so much for having me and the collective, Monsef. I really appreciate it, and we know they appreciated it. And thank you, everybody, for participating with us. We know the collective and I know that this was a very long call. I was trying to let them know that. I could tell they were looking at the clock occasionally, but it didn't register anything with them. They just look, it doesn't register. So I really hope that you will listen to the replay and gain from it again, at least take the beautiful guided journey again, and allow yourself to receive and digest everything that was shared today. Like you received a plate of cookies, you ate the cookies, now you have to digest it. You digest and assimilate it. Just like food, digest and assimilate. So allow yourself the chance to do that. You will continue receiving as you do that. The receiving doesn't stop. So thank you again for your participation, and thank you so much, Monsef, for the opportunity to be here and the space you create.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Amy. It's always a joy to have you on the show, and so very grateful to you. And Michelle shares much love and gratitude to you, Amy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And so everyone, thank you so much for sharing with us this space, for your presence, and really for your questions. And again, I'm putting the links for the 3 gifts. There are 2 links on the chat box. They are also available on the YouTube description. Or you can click on there is free gift 1 and free gifts 2 buttons on the live events page and later on the replay page. And they will take you there. And then there is the special offer button or the link yourdivineuniqueness.com/Amy. That will take you to the special offer page. And so that's everyone. I'm sending you so much love. And so that was one more thing. That was the last live call of this season. So we'll have 1 week next week with the replays, and then the week after we will start the new season. And for that we will have only two live calls per week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And you will receive the details later toward the end of next week. All right, so thank you so much, everyone, and have a great weekend.